Hey, Mark Fly, your bid coach here, also the product evangelist here at ConstructConnect. Hey, I want to talk to you today about bidding projects. How do you know which ones to bid, right? Everybody has their own specific criteria or judgment or special checklist or whatever that is. And I want to talk briefly about that. So a couple of things I know from talking to thousands of contractors throughout the years is a couple of things come up first. First, when. The when is very important because do I have the resources to bid this thing? Do I have somebody that I can assign it to? Do I have time for the takeoff, and so on and so on. The other thing is where. Obviously, if I have time, however, this thing is way too far right now. We're way too busy. Can't bid on this one. But then you start breaking it down, start getting really granular. So you start kind of evaluating, well, what type of project is it? That carries some weight. Each of those carry weight, right? What's the scope of the project? Is it large enough for me, or is it too small, too big, whatever the case is? And then the funding. Is it a private project or is it public? That makes a significant difference depending on what type of projects you do and how you like to do them. Another very important one is who, right? Who's the general contractor, or even more importantly sometimes, who's the owner? What I'm getting at here is everybody has their own specific criteria they like to use to evaluate whether they're going to bid a project or not. This is before you even decide to get into the actual scope and see what's really entailed inside the project, right? So what I'm getting at is you probably already have a checklist of sorts. You may be using a spreadsheet, or it could be a simple checklist in your head. Whatever the case is, you have a way to evaluate these projects, right? What I'm getting at is try to use something that's electronic or digital, right? Or perhaps a program like ConstructConnect's Bid Center, for example. Something like that helps you evaluate those. Now, the more importantly, though, is not just the evaluation at the front, is also taking a look at those projects later. How has your checklist worked for you? Has it made you more successful? And it'll start pointing to the things that you should change, projects you should bid more or less, whatever the case is. And the whole idea, remember, is to bid better and bid smarter, right? You've only got limited resources. Let's use them to the fullest that we possibly can. So that's all for now. This is Mark Fly, your bid coach. Happy bidding.